Fartgate, one of the most scandalous scandals of our generation. Eric Swalwell, a Democrat who is in the process of ragging on Donald Trump on MSNBC, appears to let out a massive, dare I say it, fart. Now, this is not big news, but I thought it was interesting because there's a lot of denials going around. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't actually care to do a full segment on the farting of Eric Swalwell on MSNBC. But because of the insane denials and weird explanations, the media, at least MSNBC, is trying to protect him instead of just owning up to the fact that the dude let one rip. They're claiming it's a conspiracy. And what you hear is not actually a fart on live television, but someone scraping a mug across a desk. I kid you not. But we'll read into this. It all started here. I saw this tweet from Ryan Saavedra of the Daily Wire. Eric Swalwell appears to drop a massive fart during live on television. Turn on the sound. This is real. And it is. And I'm now going to play it for you. You've been warned.
Uncontradicted that the president used taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help him cheat an election. And the complaint that I've heard from...
When I first heard this, I thought there's no way that's real. Somebody just dropped that in there to drag him. But I must say, I do not know Ryan Saavedra to be a liar. He's a guy who posts these clips. I think he's biased. I'm not saying that as an insult. I mean, I think he's a conservative guy, and so he puts out clips that, you know, obviously it's a Democrat farting. But I really did think it was fake. Well, I did some digging, and it turns out the clip comes straight from MSNBC.com. Here it is. You can see the URL, MSNBC.com/hardball/watch. Yes, the dude farted on live TV. And I know, okay. It's not a big deal. I really don't think it's that big. I don't care. Everybody farts. The issue is that I wake up this morning and BuzzFeed wrote an article about it. Other articles have been written about this and the denials. So first, I want to show you so this is MSNBC.com. I don't know if you can see the timestamp, but around the 34-second mark, this is what you get.
That the president used taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help him cheat an election. And the complaint that I've heard from...
And there it is. The clip is real. So I want to make sure I make this clear. A lot of people think it's fake. They're denying it happened. They're claiming that sound was a cup dragging on the desk. But a lot of people think it was fake. No, the clip is real. Okay, so go to MSNBC.com/hardball, Eric Swalwell. You'll see the clip at the 34-second mark. It exists. So let's take a look at why this warrants a segment. You see, the thing is, BuzzFeed actually wrote this up. Here's what I got to be honest. I thought after seeing the clip of Swalwell farting, we'd have a laugh, we'd move on. But not being satisfied with just being like, you know, sometimes people fart and moving on, they decided to push this weird conspiracy idea. They decided to issue all these tweets and denials. Journalists started writing about it. I'll be honest, man. If our political landscape was divided over whether or not Eric Swalwell really did fart instead of tearing the country apart over impeachment, I'd be a lot happier. So yeah, we're gonna read the story. A lawmaker denied ripping an absolutely enormous fart on live television. Bravo, Andy Baird. Excellent headline. It was not me, Rep. Eric Swalwell said in a text message. It's funny though. I gotta say, I would say Swalwell was taking it like a sport if he just said, hey, you know, everybody farts. But he's not. He's like denying it, and it's so obvious it was him. Like, here's the thing. In the clip, why? Okay, in the clip, you see him, he pauses, he's talking, and then he stops and he flinches like he's clenching up to push out an enormous fart. Let's read. In an interview Monday night with MSNBC host Chris Matthews, California Rep. Eric Swalwell appeared to, well, rip an absolutely enormous fart. I love politics today, huh? Chris, so far the evidence is uncontradicted that the president used taxpayer dollars to help him cheat an election. That's a lie. The evidence is okay, listen, man. First of all, can I sidestep into impeachment? That's an opinion. Here's the facts. Donald Trump had a phone call with the president of Ukraine. In it, he asked them to do a favor and look into CrowdStrike, a server, an oligarch potentially, and something that happened with Joe Biden. That's it. Anything else beyond saying that is an opinion. Why Trump did it, we don't know. That's not a fact. If Trump came out and said, I did X, well, there you go. But he didn't. He's saying it's an investigation, so at the very least, we could say circumstantial evidence points to the fact he wants to investigate. Let's read on. The Democrat who sits on the House Intelligence Committee appeared to react to the fart with a brief pause while attempting not to smile. Now, what's funny is, and I'm really offended by this, it appears that Andy Baird tried to protect Eric Swalwell, and so was Hardball, by making it seem like someone else farted and he heard it and was trying not to laugh. No, dude, he clenched up because he was farting. As the clip of Swalwell quickly circulated on the internet, some began to speculate that the California representative was the one behind the loud flatulence. But in a text to BuzzFeed News on Monday night, Swalwell denied having anything to do with it. It was not me, he wrote. And I didn't hear it when I was speaking. I will say this. If he did fart, I'm curious as to what microphone picked that up, because that was a loud noise. So let me read, but I'll give you their explanation, and I think the dude farted. So Andy Baird says, a text I never thought I'd send. I'm really sorry about this, but I have to ask if this was you or someone in studio. First of all, what are you sorry about? Journalists should not be apologizing to politicians when they ask them questions, even if it's about a fart. You can just simply say, this post has been going viral accusing you of farting on live TV. We're hoping to get a comment. Yeah, that's professional, okay? Don't apologize to somebody. Swalwell denies it was him. She says, so I'm really sorry about this. His response was, it was not me. I didn't hear when I was speaking. The reporter for BuzzFeed says, you look like you heard it and are stifling a laugh. I did not hear it. It's almost like she's trying to play it off like it wasn't Swalwell. Do you really think that? Like, are there really people who think that wasn't him talking and then clenching up and pausing because he was pushing a fart out? Here's the best part. Pressed by this reporter, Swalwell denied again having heard the fart before adding, it's funny though. MSNBC did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The show Hardball, where Swalwell appeared, did, however, post the cryptic yet not so subtle subtweet about the ongoing mystery. I don't understand. Look at this. They posted this, the Spider-Man meme. Two Spider-Mans pointing at each other. What does that have to do with whether or not the dude farted on television? Don't ask me. Maybe I'm just not getting it. Maybe I'm just an old fogey, can't quite understand what you're trying to say with the Spider-Man meme. Are you saying we all fart? I would agree with that. But what about the next one? The tweet was deleted within a few minutes. The show later tried to explain the sound on Twitter, saying it was all a mug scraping across the desk. Oh, that explains it. Somebody, for some reason, decided to slowly drag their mug across a desk for about 1 second. What? Why wouldn't you just pick the mug up like a regular person? Sorry to disappoint the conspiracy theorists. It was the Hardball mug scraping across the desk. Get yours today, and let's get back to the news. Well, guess what? If there is any story that will unite left and right, bring them together, it is the fact that Eric Swalwell farted on live television, and your denials mean nothing. Eric Swalwell farted on TV. Check us out. BuzzFeed runs a poll. Who do you think is responsible for the fart heard round the nation? Eric Swalwell. 62% of BuzzFeed readers believe it was him. Sorry, nobody's buying it. Someone else, Chris Matthews. Now, I think it's fair maybe that there was, because of how loud the sound was, maybe there really was a mug on the table and someone just nudged it very lightly to like grab a cable or something. But that would be, I'm sorry, absurd. And the reason I say that's absurd is because Eric Swalwell pauses and clenches. But there's a bigger issue at play here. Let me first go and show you the tweet from Swalwell. In response to the "it was just a mug" tweet, Swalwell responded, total exoneration. No, but I see he really has no choice. I mean, that's gross. I'm just like, dude, can't you hold it in for a few minutes? Like, you really, like, hey, man, when you gotta fart, I guess. But hey, we all fart. Humans let out like tons of gas all day, every day. It would have been much better if he said, you know what, man? Yup. And he started laughing about it and says, oh, grow up. Then people would have been like, hey, you can't really hold it against him. So I want to make two important points here. The first, you only embarrassed yourself, okay? I think this is embarrassing for Swalwell because he's desperate to deny it instead of just owning up to it. I always tell people this. Think about two scenarios. You're in a classroom, like you're in school or you're at work. And all of a sudden you fart and people notice. And now you're like, oh no, people are gonna know it's me. And they look at you like, you farted, and you're like all embarrassed, like, oh no, they know I farted. Think about the other scenario where there's like an obnoxious person who walks up to you and goes, yo, and it just farts and then starts laughing about it. That's owning it, asserting your dominance, owning the fact that you farted. And then people don't, like, there's something embarrassing about it, you only embarrass yourself. But I'll make a bigger point here. And I think it's a funny point to be made. The media loves defending these politicians. It is an incestuous relationship, and I find it disgusting. Listen, man, the fart is, who cares, dude? It was funny. I wake up to see these stories and these tweets, and I gotta admit, like I said, last night, I would never consider doing a full segment on whether or not a lawmaker farted. But there's a bigger and more important issue here. The first is that the reporter from BuzzFeed is trying to make it seem like you heard it and are stifling a laugh. Like, dude, are you defending the guy? You even apologize. I'm really sorry about this. What are you sorry about? The dude farted on TV asking the damn question. And then you say you look like you heard it. No, he didn't. He looked like he farted. Any sane, rational person is going to look at that and think he farted. Even BuzzFeed's own viewers. So why is this reporter giving him all of this leeway to be like, I don't think it was you, like trying to defend him? More importantly, why is Hardball trying to claim it was a mug? Okay, unless it actually was a mug scraping across a desk. But what is it with the media's desperate attempt to defend politicians? And I'll tell you what, man, you turn on Fox News, you will see people who are just, they will bend over backwards to believe whatever Trump says and defend whatever Trump says. But guess what? They have people on Fox News who don't like Donald Trump. They've got that dude on the 5, I can't remember his name, but he rags on Trump all day. They got Judge Napolitano. They've got Donna Brazil. At the very least, you turn on Fox, and they will be critical of the president. Well, can you say that same thing about CNN? CNN hired one guy who was critical of the president, or who supported the president, and all of the staffers are outraged. Oh, harumph, I say. Man, I didn't want to bring it up because I was like, it's a stupid thing to say, but you know, a couple days ago, I was flipping through the news. I turned on Fox News, and they're talking about Hong Kong. And the fact that the Chinese government is putting troops, you know, into Hong Kong secretly. And I'm like, wow. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I'd be willing to bet a large sum of money that while Fox News is talking about Hong Kong and the incursion by the Chinese, CNN will be talking about Trump. And they were. I flipped to CNN, and sure enough, it was a panel discussion about Trump and his tweet or something. And I'm just like, man, what is up with this? Fox News is not the best, you know, outlet on the planet. They got their opinion people with silly opinions too. But they seriously are doing a better job in terms of just basic news reporting. Like, man, I don't want to turn on the TV and just hear about Trump all day. I was at a skate park, and there were some kids, and they said they don't really care and pay attention to the news anymore because it's literally just Trump 24/7. And I laughed, and I'm like, yep. Like, here we are now where a politician farted on live TV, and it devolves into a conversation about Trump. To be fair, I'm talking specifically about the problem of the media doing it. But more importantly, how you turn on CNN, everything's all negative, all Trump, period. You turn on Fox News, it's mostly positive for the president, but there is a mix of people who are very critical of him. You can't say the same for MSNBC, because even when Swalwell rips a huge fart on TV, these journalists bend over backwards to defend him. And it's the craziest thing. So, look, we can launch off of who cares, like, is the story of a fart, it's funny, fine, we can move on. But in the end, you do start to see more grains of sand added to that heap where the media actively seeks to protect those who align with them politically. And it's creepy. And you look at what's going on with John Solomon. John Solomon was a reporter, contributor to The Hill. Now he's doing his own website, but they're repeatedly smearing him. And I'm like, dude, listen, this is a reporter who's got sworn statements and affidavits. That's enough to launch an investigation as far as I'm concerned. But nope. It's a conspiracy theory, and the media tears them to shreds because the media works in concert with these Democrats, not because I don't think Andy Baird is like good friends with Swalwell and they go out for drinks and they're high-fiving and she says, don't worry, I got your back. No, I think she's like access journalism. If I push him too hard, he'll never talk to me again, and if I want to keep my job, I need to be able to get quotes from him. So then they publish a story saying he denied it. She makes it seem like he denied it. Stop protecting these people. You know what? This is the problem of access journalism. It all needs to go away. Give up those phone numbers. Stop texting these people. They need your press. You don't need them. But I guess in today's day and age, the market is so saturated and everyone's flailing so desperately, they have no choice but to be like, we're going to protect this guy. Nah, I'm sorry, man. But there it is, a 15-minute segment talking about the loud fart of Eric Swalwell. Swalwell farted, and we all know it. I'll see you all in the next segment coming up at 1 p.m. on this channel.